Thank you so much for tuning in today. You're listening to The Daily, and I'm your host, Amy Carlin. The other day, I was reading in Mark chapter 10 in the New Testament, and I came across the story of the rich young man who asked Jesus what he should do to inherit eternal life. Jesus reminds him to obey the commandments. The young man tells Jesus that he's kept these commandments ever since he was a child. The scriptures tell us, "Then Jesus, beholding him, loved him, and said unto him, One thing thou lackest. Go thy way, sell whatsoever thou hast, and give to the poor, and thou shalt have treasure in heaven. And come, take up thy cross, and follow me." Here Jesus is telling the young man that it's not enough to simply not do the things we've been told are wrong. We also need to be aware of the situations and people around us and act on what we know to be true. Failure to act on light and knowledge is wrong. This young man didn't commit sin, but he was omitting other good things he could have been doing. While reading the story, I had an interesting thought. The idea of hurting someone else through action or through lack of action holds true with all of our relationships. We damage our relationships with others through actions such as being unfaithful to a spouse, lying, saying hurtful things, etc. We also damage these relationships through lack of action, such as not keeping someone informed, not forgiving someone, not being around when someone needs you, or not standing up for someone. We damage our relationship with God through actions such as stealing, lying, taking His name in vain, and through inaction, such as not saying our prayers, not attending our church meetings, not loving a neighbor, and so on, when we know we should be doing these things. This comparison really brought home to me the fact that we are all children of God. Our relationship with Him has similarities and differences to our relationships with each other because of our divine heritage. The gospel of Jesus Christ is centered on relationships, but our relationship with our Father in heaven and with Jesus Christ are the most important relationships we can cultivate. And we've been told that inasmuch as ye have done it unto one of the least of these my brethren, ye have done it unto me. Let's all work a little harder to maintain the most important relationships in our lives, our relationships with God and Jesus Christ. Let's be aware of our actions and the needs that surround us. Let's be examples to others and live the way He wants us to live. Let's take up our cross and follow Him. Thank you again for listening today. The Daily is brought to you by The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.